my guitar tutorial on Krauss country from Rockschool Electric Guitar Grade 1 syllabus. So this one is usually the first one I pick for my students when just going on to this syllabus, simply because it's the slowest. It's at 88 beats per minute, and the first section is just single note picking, which most people have practiced before. So that's this section here in your book. So the only thing you really need to practice from this one is making sure your notes are nice and long. We're really keeping our fingers on the notes so they don't sound staccato like this. We're not over picking. Everything's nice and smooth, and try and use your upstrokes as well as your downstrokes. So section A right up to bar 8, I don't think you're going to have too much of a problem with. It's when we get to section B that's tricky, because you've got two notes together. It's called double stopping, or two notes of a chord. So your first bit is two notes of a G chord, and then they're going up to two notes of A minor. So we have to make sure our wrist is sitting on string 6 and maybe string 5, and you're playing these strings 2 and 3 evenly. And then the next bar is, we're going up to the ones we've just placed on, your A and C, and they're going up to a B and a D. And what we can do for this one, we can just slide our finger up. It's actually more tricky to try and change to the fingers there, because it makes your wrist go in a funny position. I mean, you can, it's just more tricky. So we can use a slide there and see if you can get that slide really smooth. The other thing to note on these bars is it starts on beat 1 and, so we get 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, then 1, we're back up here, and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, so we've got a little E added on there. I'm doing it with my little finger, string 2 fret 5. You can do it with your third finger. But we don't need to take these other ones off. And then you're back to normal picking notes. So that section with the slides and the picking is the one you're going to need to practice the most on that first page. When you get onto the second page, you've got a very similar thing here. Here's the first bar. So we've got E, G, and then your chord. These are what we had before. So we've got 3, 4, and now you've got an F and an A. So rather than jumping your fingers over like this, see if you can use the same fingers as the fret. So you're using F and A, because it's a good practice when you're playing your F chord. We don't want to ignore using fingers 3 and 4. So if I just play that bit again, there it is, and then you've got G, and that's a slightly shorter note, it's half a beat, so you could cut that off, A, F. And then you get that same pattern again. You've got an extra C with the E, but it's the same. So this pattern is one you need to practice putting on your fingers, that change. You could keep practicing that. That would really, really help you play this section. That's the main bit that people struggle with. The other bit that most people forget is on bar 18, when you've got to your F chord here. So that bar is 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So we've just got a different timing on there. And then it's much of a repeat to the end. The last 2 bars, you've got let ring on there. Okay, so we've got C, G, D, G, C. So I keep my C on, and then I add my D, but we want to hear everything ringing out. We don't want to hear on this bit. It's meant to sound like a chord. And I've actually put on a full C chord there. You've only got 4 of those strings on your page, but if you can do a full C chord, why not? Why not put that one on there? Okay, so this one's 88, so the timing's not going to be too too fast, but it is going to be a bit fiddly getting some of these chords in. So that's the main tricky point of this one. Now they're trying to test you on it. It's a little bit fiddly for your fingers, and you've got to have your hand in the right place, okay? And it's a country song. It's meant to be quite sort of ballady, so all your notes need to be long, like I was saying at the beginning, okay? So nice, long, flowing notes on this one. Okay, practice with a metronome. Slow first, and then speed it up. Good luck.